This video, we're going to learn about JavaScript variables. Now, JavaScript variables are basically containers for storing a data type. Okay. Now, in order to declare a variable, the keyword var is used. Okay. And you assign a value to the variable using the equal to sign operator. For example, assuming we want to name a variable called age. Okay. So we will put the keyword var in front of the word age, and by doing that, JavaScript understands that now the variable age is actually a variable because of the keyword var. Once you've done that, now you want to assign a value. So you use the equal sign and you can assign a value which could be any of the data types. It could be a string, a number, a boolean, it could be null or objects. So we're going to learn more about this using Visual Studio Code. So let's start. Okay, I have my Visual Studio Code on. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually create external JavaScript. Okay, so use script source and let's call it main.js. Okay, then I need to create my external JavaScript file, which I just named main.js, and it's done over here. Okay, now let's see if the thing is correctly linked to this HTML file, which is called variables. So let's just create a simple alert and say hi there. Okay, so just to check whether it's working, click on that. Hi there. Yes, indeed it's working. That's just to double check that. Hi there. Let's change this to hi there buddy. Hi there buddy. Okay, so we know it's working now. As I mentioned, that in order to declare a variable, let's call our variable age. Okay, right now this we want to name age. We want to declare it as a variable. So in order to do that, we use the keyword var and we put var in front of age. Now by doing so, we have declared a variable. Okay, and you can just conclude the statement by putting the semicolon. And now the second step is, now you can assign a value. To assign a value, you could type age is equal to, now you could assign a number. Okay, and now let's check what is the value of age. So here we've assigned the value as a number, and when we see over here, it comes as 10. Suppose we want to rename this, we want to change this and say age is actually not a number, age is a string. So to use string, we use either single quote or double quotes, and you can say the age of the boy is 10. Okay, and now let's see what happens. So the variable age now will display, instead of the number 10, will display the string, the age of the boy is 10. So let's see this. Now you see the age of the boy is 10. So this is how you can assign a value to a variable. Now the second piece, what we will do is I will show you the various data types. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to understand variables along with various data types. So the first data type we're going to understand is number, okay, which is an integer. So we've created a variable which we've called child underscore age, okay, and we use the keyword var to declare this to be a variable. Now I want to assign the value to child underscore age, whatever value that is keyed in by the user. So we want to make it dynamic, whereby we ask the user to key in the age. So we use this function which is called prompt, and we type in the string called key your age, and let me add a semicolon and a space. Okay, so now let me click refresh. Now you see over here it's saying key your age. So I type in 10. Wait, let me just put this 15. Okay, so I've keyed in my age as 15. Okay, now of course what happens? Nothing happens, of course, because we've just assigned that value to child underscore age. Now let's see what's the value of child underscore age. So we use our console.log, and I have the Chrome developer tools available already on. So I'll just refresh and let's do this again. 15, and you see over here, so the child's age is 15, and you can see that this itself is the JavaScript line 12, so it's logging out the child's age. So this is how we assign the value where it is a number. Now let's comment this out. Now let's create a new variable called boy underscore name. Okay, so this is the variable, and now we want to assign it a value. So boy underscore name, let's ask the user to give us the name of the child. name of child. Okay, so now let me clear this out and let's refresh. So you see over here it's prompting us to enter the name of the child, so let's call him Mikey, and I put this okay, and let's this time instead of console.log, let's do an alert, so it displays what is the child's name. So using the variable name boy underscore name, and yeah, don't forget to use the semicolon to show the end of your statement. And now let's go through this one more time. So name of child, so let's call this time Katie, and see, this page says Katie, so immediately the alert has come out. So in order for you to understand like this better, let me add string, okay, to say that your child name is, okay, and then you need to concatenate it. So we'll learn I'll teach you concatenation right now. You use the plus sign operator, and by doing that you are concatenating two different data types, the string, actually you're concatenating the same data type, but you could even concatenate a different data type as well. So now let's just see what happens. So let's do this all over again. Name of child, let's call it Wild, and your child name is Wild. Alright, now coming to Boolean. Now we're gonna go over Booleans. So I've created a variable called swims, and I've not assigned any value. So now to check whether what data type is swims, I've created another variable called does he swim, and I've assigned the value to does he swim, the word swims. Okay, so a bit confusing, whereby I've assigned swims as the value to the variable does he swim. Now when we console.log does he swim, I'm going to show you what happens. So I'm going to refresh this, and you see it comes as undefined. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign a Boolean value to swims. So you can do it two ways. You can either do swims equal to true here, okay, and now see what happens. So let's just clear this out, and you see the value of does he swim is true. Okay, or alternatively you could just do swims over here, so swims equal true, which is also the same thing, and it gives the same result. Alright, now coming to the final piece, sorry, not the final piece, which is we're going to the fourth piece, which is objects. Okay, so now we're going to go over object as a data type. Okay, so to help you understand what is an object, let me create a variable called person, and I'll use the var keyword to declare this as a variable. Now I will assign the value to person, okay, and use the equal sign to assign a value, and we will create an object using these curly braces. Okay, so this is how object is created in JavaScript. Now object uses something called name value or key value pairs. Okay, so for example, name, this is the key or the name, and then using semicolon you assign what is the value. So let's name this Katie again over here, and then once you assign the value, you use comma, and you can assign another key or another name. So let's assign the second key. To be consistent, I'll just use the word key now. So this is the key age, and I've assigned it the value, which is a number, which is 10, and then semicolon, and finally gender. Okay, gender is the key, and the value using semicolon is going to be female. Now I've purposely entered a mistake over here because I want you to see the mistakes that can happen, so you understand data types better. Now what I'll do is, now that I've finished completing assigning the value, I will console.log person, and let's see what happens. Okay, so I refresh, and voila. Okay, so you see an error has happened. Okay, and now what exactly is the error? So you remember what I said, right? You need to define the data type. So uncaught reference error, Katie is not defined. So JavaScript line 30. So where do I go? Line 30, and yes, indeed. So why is this an error? Because I've not defined what data type this is. Okay, this is is this a number? It's not a number because 10 is a number. Is this a string? It's supposed to be a string, but I've not put in the quotes. So either I put the double quotation or single quotation, whatever you prefer. Okay, so I assign, now I've changed it to Katie with the double quotation, and now JavaScript will know that this is a string. So let me refresh now, and voila. So you see the correct value is appearing. So the variable person has been assigned this object as its value, and within this object there are these keys: name, age, gender, and these are the values of that particular keys. Okay, so you see over here, name Katie, age 10, gender female. Okay, so coming to the final data type, which is arrays. So an array is used to store multiple values in a single variable. Okay, so let me change this to call it new underscore array. So you understand that this is a normal word which I've declared as a variable, and I've also assigned it a value. So within the array you can have multiple values. I've assigned a string, a number, and again a string. So I will console.log array. Sorry, let me just show you what error happens. Okay, so because so array is incorrect, I should call this new underscore array and refresh this, and you can see that the value of new underscore array is displaying over here. So the values 1, 2, 3 are displaying. Okay, and also over here, in order to display, as I mentioned, right, that array is considered an object by JavaScript. So let's call this new underscore array, and let me just refresh this, and you will see over here. So you see the values of the new underscore array is being displayed over here correctly, and JavaScript is also stating that new underscore array, using the type of method, we are able to ascertain that new underscore array is actually an object. Okay, thank you so much.